Well, as summer winds down, airlines are slashing seats fast in August. According to aviation data firm Cirium, U.S. Airlines domestic capacity is down 6% this month from July. That's the steepest cut in years. But Pittsburgh International Airport is expanding. It's in the process of completing a new $1.7 billion terminal, has a 70% increase to nonstop destinations, and has welcomed 7 new airlines, including the return of British Airways after 2 decades. Joining us now is Pittsburgh International Airport CEO Christina Cassotis. Christina, thank you so much for being here. And let's talk about this new terminal. You didn't use taxpayer money for this. This is something that has been funded. And tell us about the results.
First of all, thanks for having me, Cheryl. And you're right, no taxpayer money in the terminal. We are building the future of airport terminals in the U.S. here in Pittsburgh, really in order to make travel better for passengers and better for our staff to deliver services to passengers so that the airlines can continue to succeed in our market. It's a brand new terminal for, ticketing, check-in, TSA, baggage collection. And we also have a brand new roadway system, parking garage, surface parking, rental car area. It's quite a facelift for our community, and we're really excited to open it later this year.
I'm assuming that the residents of Pittsburgh are excited because the airport was a hub for U.S. Airways, but of course that merger ended up becoming American, so that was removed. Do you think that this kind of will raise the profile of the airport and make it more attractive to airlines, maybe bring in some airplane traffic?
So I would say that airlines serve markets, they don't serve airports. But I do think that, to your point, us as a really good business partner, continuing to lower their cost of operation when we've built we're the only airport in the world that I think is energy resilient and redundant because we operate separate from the grid with a microgrid. There's a lot that we do to innovate in how we operate, make it better for them. So I think that this terminal will be a really big proof point of the fact that we are considerate of their business, their bottom line, as well as their passengers and our community.
Department of Transportation Secretary Duffy has been really focused on modernizing air traffic control. Have you had communications with him, whether it's regards to the new terminal or about kind of that focus on passenger safety and modernization?
We are constantly in touch with the FAA. They regulate all of the U.S. aviation system. They do a great job, and we are really excited about the fact that there is a focus on modernized air traffic control. Safety is always job one, and we have a lot to look forward to with what the FAA under Brian Bedford's leadership is going to do. So we continue conversations with the FAA.
What's the most important thing, do you think, for passengers these days? I'm assuming it's just get me through TSA and get me to my gate without a massive headache. But, what did you hear when you started to survey what passengers were looking for when you started to build the terminal and design it?
Yeah. So if you think about being a traveler, you're a very different type of traveler. If you travel by yourself, if you have your family, if you're traveling with colleagues, what we really want to make sure of, what travelers are telling us is, please make it easy. And one of the things that I always think of is that airports are portals, and people show up already a little bit stressed about, if something goes wrong, I might miss something that's important to me. So what we really believe and what we see over and over again is people just want a sense of somebody is going to help if something goes wrong. And we're putting in place this program that we have called We Got You, which is how do we make sure that at all points of the journey, the passenger feels supported and gets what they need, regardless of why they're traveling or what they're at the airport for. So what passengers want is what Cracker Barrel's customers want. They want space, they want light, they want to be paid attention to, and they want to know that what they are there for is something they can find easily.
Before you go, do you see the landing slots increasing in the near future at this airport? Do you see this as a way to kind of boost the profile of the airport? I mean, I realize that it's all about demand, but we've seen a lot of population shifts since the pandemic.
Yeah, here's the thing. We have 4 runways here at this airport, and we have lots of capacity. We have plenty of room to welcome more traffic. We're one of the busiest diversion airports in the Northeast. If there's weather, you might be landing at Pittsburgh, and so we may see you someday.
I hope I don't, but sorry.
We got plenty of airfield, plenty of space, and what I'd say is, yes, we see this as an absolute indication that we're open for business, welcoming more airlines, more passengers at all times. We've got the space to do that, and now we're going to have upgraded facilities to do it as well.
Christina, if I get diverted to Pittsburgh, I'm going to call you up and make sure that I'm in good hands. Christina Cassotis, thank you very much. Congratulations on the new terminal.
Thank you.
All right.